JP 1970, and I'm back with another video. I'm gonna go get another bike today.
There's the new bike, 2006 Harley Davidson Night Rod. Turn signals, right, left, off, run, start, lights, high, low, horn. It's got the fairing. I don't even know what to call that fairing. It's got the 2-up seat with this backrest and storage. Little storage rack. It is a 2-up, so you got your rear passenger seat pegs, your mid controls, forward highway pegs, and from what I've been reading, this black and chrome is an upgrade, so that was an extra upgrade, and it's in either the black or the denim black. I'm not sure, so we're gonna get out and we're gonna ride a little bit. Run, start. It's in first, and under here is the air filter and the battery, because the gas tank is under the seat. I've read some people talk about, how it handles. It's not an overly nimble bike, but I don't know, feels all right to me. You see this right here? That's a gas station, and that's some place that I have a feeling I'll be frequenting fairly often. It's just a little 3.7 gallon gas tank, I believe, and a full tank gives me a range of 120, 130 miles. So yes, so keep that in mind. But these are just going to be my initial thoughts about this bike. I'm riding it this is about the 4th time I've ridden it. I just bought this bike today, and let me just give my feedback as I get familiar and get comfortable on this bike. A couple of things I noticed right away: the forward highway pegs, or these foot pegs up here, I think are going to be wonderful. Particularly for you short-legged guys like me. I'm about 5'8" and 3/4 with a 30-inch inseam, and I'm already really digging being able to put my feet up there. The bike has mid controls, which I have mentioned earlier in the video, or I think I did anyway, and those are nice. They give you a nice, here, let me get in the mid control. Yeah, I mean, it gives me a very active kind of a biking stance, if you will, and that's very good, because you want to be alert on this thing. But if you get on those long straightaways, kind of like this one, and kind of stretch those feet out a little bit. Yeah, it feels good. I don't feel overextended. I feel like like I said, I have roughly a 30-inch inseam. Don't have overly long arms, but the reach to the handlebars feels good. One thing I notice about this 60-degree V-twin, and the way it's, listen, this isn't going to be a bunch of mechanical talk right now, but it is a very smooth bike. There's absolutely no vibration on the handlebars. You can just there's absolutely no vibration whatsoever. Now, I don't know if this is standard, but this has a little kind of a lockout cruise control, if you will, which is a very cool feature. Again, I don't know if that came stock on these bikes. This is a 2006. Don't forget, your controls are mid control, so you stretch out a little bit, and sometimes it's easy to forget where the shifter is, but it is below you. Once again, test driving the 2006. Actually, this is more than a test drive. I bought this bike. I bought this bike today. So, happy day, happy day. Nice self-canceling turn signals. I like this cluster. I know some people have complained about it. You have your fuel which mine is all the way full. I just filled it up. You got your speedo. You got all these different settings here. You got your overall mileage. You got your trip A, trip B. I just reset those the same. You've got range to empty, which is a nice feature even on these older bikes. And then you got the current time. So here we go. Additionally, after the speedo, you've got your tack right here. All analog. Yeah, this bike is surprisingly comfortable to me. I noticed that when I did the test ride. It's just a very nice stance on the bike. The feet underneath you. The seat seems pretty comfortable. And then the handlebars are just right there. So it's got kind of an aggressive riding stance that can be relaxed if you want to stretch out and enjoy these highway pegs up here. So this is just a little get to know the bike, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the things I notice or I observe. It's got this little racing fairing, or I don't know, sport fairing. I don't imagine it does anything to block the wind, but it looks cool from the front, no doubt. It's got the black mirrors, chrome levers, and also, if you hear that pipe, it's got a Vance & Hines full pipe exhaust system. Sounds really good. Yeah, it's not obnoxious, but it sounds good. Makes a little noise, and no doubt there's probably some performance gains depending on how it's set up. Again, I am not the original owner. I just bought this today, so I have no idea if it's I assume it's tuned. It sounds good. It's not backfiring, or it's not laggy at all. So I'm gonna go with the installation was probably done correctly. So I will continue to update, kind of share my thoughts on this bike. I'm going to ride it around for a little bit today. Okay, let's see how this bike handles on a semi-curvy road. Okay, so just a little update here. I bought this bike at, we'll say 12 o'clock, noon, and now it is 5:45, and I've just about been riding it since I bought it, if that's any indication of what I think of this Harley Davidson Night Rod. It is a fun bike, and I think it's well suited, in case you're curious, in case you guys are out there and you're wondering, well, what's this bike for? It's well suited to riding around town like this, and then it's also well suited to getting out on some of those long Nevada highways and byways and stretching out a little bit. It's just a fun bike to ride, and I'm very pleased to have this in my little bike barn. So yeah, it's a fun bike. It is a fun bike. So now let's just take a look at how many miles I've put on it today. Let's see, it's got 15,506. I put 63.5 miles plus probably another 10, so not quite 100 miles on it in the first day, but I think that gives me a pretty good indication of what I think of this bike. It is a lot of fun, and I'm very pleased that I picked this up today. So this has been my ride, my review, my discussion, observations, etc., etc., of the 2006 Harley Davidson Night Rod. Thanks for checking out this video, everybody. This has been JP1970. All right, take care now.